Hello and welcome to this LINQ Insights video. My name's Neil and today we are going to look at the People dashboard. The People dashboard is accessed from the dashboard menu at the top here in the LINQ bar. It's just called People. What this dashboard does is it pivots around the people nodes that we capture inside the sketch. So if we use the drop down here, we can see a list of all of the different people, roles or teams that we've captured inside our digital twin. You get to see the number of appearances of that role in the sketch and the hourly rate that has been assigned to them. Of course, that hourly rate is what is used to capture the cost of actions against the duration and frequency of those actions. So we can pick a role that we're interested in. Let's take the designer as an example. And this dashboard tells us everything we need to know about this role from the perspective of the sketch, the model that we've captured. So we can see the designer here supports 7 business outcomes. They perform 10 actions. They help produce 10 information assets. They use 4 systems. Their hourly rate that we've assigned is $65 an hour. And the total cost of the actions that we have modeled is $1.89 million. This graph looks at the cost of their actions against the value that comes from the value cascading methodology within the model. So here we have some high value, high cost actions, creating a design and doing a site visit and pre-design. We also have some high cost, lower value actions, creating a work packet, creating a permit request. So these might be actions that we're interested in taking a look at. They take a lot of time, they cost a lot of money, but they have a lower value assigned to them in the sketch. So they're potentially, there's no reuse occurring as part of the work that is taken place. Maybe the information assets that they create are just point in time. So we might want to explore a little further by looking at the sketch. We also give some insight around the highest action value, highest action cost, highest action annual hours. So you can just hover over these in order to see which actions are included in these charts. This sketch can be maximized and zoomed in. It shows us the work that the designer does, the systems that they use to do that work, and how they contribute to business outcomes. So we might pick a business outcome and select it, and we can see which information that the designer creates is contributing to our ability to deliver this business outcome. This sketch also shows us what the designer does, so we're able to validate this against their job description or their role. There might be things that creep in organically as roles evolve, and from this sketch we can take a look at those actions and maybe help reallocate what the designer does. We also get to see the systems that they use and rely on every day. So if one of these was to change or be unavailable, we would know that this role would be impacted. So now imagine the conversation about, I want to remove inter-office delivery as a system in my organization, maybe automate the delivery of that or put some work management system in place instead. I would know that the designer would be a role that I would have to have a conversation with about a change in system that they use, but also the consideration of training for whatever's going to be put in place instead of this system. Then this dashboard gives us a lot of content about the actions that are being captured. So this table is the action summary. We can sort this by the hours associated with each action or the cost associated with each action. But here we can see we've modeled a total of 29,000 hours of time against this role. So now if we know how many designers that we have, we can understand their work allocation and are they under or over allocated. This might help us have consideration around the risk of them leaving because they're overworked, or maybe they leave because they're underworked and they're bored. As we go down this dashboard, we're able to see the outcomes that the designer contributes to. So we might pick one of these, and here we get to see the information that supports our ability to deliver this outcome, the actions that support the ability to deliver the outcome, and the systems that the designer used. So this is always from the perspective of the role that we've selected. And of course, we can either jump to this action in this dashboard, or we can go and view it on the sketch. So every single one of these elements has this opportunity. We do the same for information assets. So we might pick an information asset that the designer is involved with. And here we can see the action that creates this particular piece of information, the system the designer uses in order to do that work, and then how many actions are upstream and downstream from this particular action. And this is helping us understand the dependency of this piece of information on other people's work. The next block is an individual action table. Here we can see the impact this action has on the overall work that the designer does. So it's contributing $325,000 out of the $1.89 million worth of cost that we've captured. It's contributing 5,000 hours out of the 29,000 hours that we've captured. We can see the outcomes this action supports, the information that it produces, and the system that is associated with doing the work. And then finally, the systems used by table. So here we can pick a system. We can see how long this role spends relying on or using that system, and also what percentage of time is associated with the designer using this system over other people in the sketch that are using this system. So this is the people dashboard. When you think about the process inside LINQ of creating a current state sketch where we are understanding how we operate today, and then we might be designing a future state sketch. So we're building the digital twin for the future. When we do the comparison between where we are today and where we would like to get to, we can assess the impact of that change on each of these roles by going and finding the designer in the people dashboard in our current state and future state sketches. And right there, we have an immediate comparison of the impact that that change has on people inside our organization. There are 6 other LINQ Insight videos for you to watch on our YouTube channel. Please do go and take a look. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time.